Hello everyone, this is Violet Hayes Fursuits, and I'm aware this video is well overdue.
Starting on my second Artfight attack, lovingly entitled it contains 3 characters: Will, Cooper, and Violet Queen of Darkness. Will is a water elemental, so I figured I'd show that off with his cool water-themed bow. Cooper is an metal or ground elemental, so I figured I'd show that off with his wall of metal spikes. And Violet is a corrupted human, corrupted by darkness, so I figured I'd show her specific powers off with the little darkness minions, aka the best thing I've drawn the entirety of Artfight. They are the greatest little minions ever. They're so adorable. And her little darkness blast attack. I don't know. So it makes me think of Eldritch Blast. Anywho, I wanted to go with a battle scene because I thought that would be fun to draw. Though I do wish I could have made it more dynamic. I could have gone with more dynamic poses. One more thing, I did accidentally mark a full body character as a simple shape character, which... Okay, next is a character named, I believe her name was Miku, but there was a lot in the name for this character. So she was a Miku-inspired persona, which I absolutely loved because I'm a Miku fan, and I thought Miku Beam, if you've seen it, you know it, would be really funny to do. And I also wanted to do some fun lighting based around that, and experiment a little bit more with shading. Another reason why I chose to do this specific character was because, if you couldn't tell, I'm not the best at anthropomorphic characters, so I like to occasionally push myself and try an anthropomorphic character to see if I can get better at it, and just, I don't know, it was a fun challenge, that's all. So, yeah, I really did love this character, just purely because it's a Miku character. Okay, the next character is a D&D character, and I apologize if I botched their name, because it's a kind of hard pronunciation, and there was no pronunciation guide, unfortunately. Rhiannon, I believe. And I apologize if I'm saying that wrong, but I chose to draw them because I'm a massive D&D nerd. I seriously, I need to be stopped. I'm DMing a party, and I'm playing in a party, and I'm trying to arrange an in-person thing, but it's not going well. Okay, anywho, there was a lot of backstory included with this character, and oh my gosh, I read all of it. I even read the characters that were connected to this character's backstory. I thoroughly enjoyed every moment of it, so I had to draw them. They are a first elf, and they're a few centuries old. She likes croissants. I should have included something like that in the drawing, but yeah, she likes croissants. She's the daughter of the moon, and she likes to dance under the moonlight. So, I drew her here dancing under the moonlight. I also wanted to do some kind of drastic shading because, again, she's dancing under the moonlight. I thought she had a pretty color palette and a pretty design, so I decided to draw her. I thought she was just adorable, and she needed to be drawn. And again, oh my gosh, the insane amount of it wasn't even that much, but I just loved reading the backstory. That's all. For anyone who doesn't know, and I assume everyone seeing this video does not know, I have 2 entire Google Docs worth of backstory for one of my D&D characters. It's a problem. Okay, this character is named Christian, and I drew her because I drew her last year, and I know the person who owns her. I was also in a very, not super long, but a long revenge chain with this person, so... Okay, so this character's name is Danny, and I absolutely love Danny because she is the host of a criminal radio station. And we did get into a revenge chain after this. So, yeah. The next character I drew, Bramble. I drew her because she has a lot of similarities to my own witchy cottage girl character. This was an animation. You can see how I drew the two separate parts. Her face and her body and her arm separately, so that I could animate them in a different thing. I use Flip-A-Clip for animation. There you can see it. Okay, so this was another one in the revenge chain, and this character's name is Uriel. I hope I said it right. And I also wanted to... I did this character because I thought it would be fun to play around with a new animation software that I found called Alight Motion. And I think I did pretty good. I don't know. It's not the best, but, you know, it was my first time using the animation software, so you gotta give me a little credit here, right? This next character is Neferia. I hope I said that right. They're an NPC in someone's D&D game, so I drew them because they're a hot buff lesbian in a D&D party. They're also a tiefling, and I have a tiefling character who I absolutely adore. This is another one that I did as a frame by frame, drawing the tail separately. This character is named Misty. It was a revenge. I used Alight Motion to animate this one as well. I drew Misty specifically because they're just so adorable. Do you not love them? They're just an adorable little guy or girl. I'm not sure. And I could use Alight again because I just wanted to play around with Alight more. They're just a cute little space child. That's all. They're just as cute. They're just cute. And it gave me an excuse to use Alight more. So, over the course of Artfight, I was actually learning how to use Alight. So you will probably see it get better. I'm still not great at it, but you see over the course of this video how I got better at Alight. So, how Alight works is it's a keyframe animation. So you move the parts around individually, and the software fills it in from there, essentially. So I did a bit of frame by frame and a bit of keyframing. And both are fun, but keyframing, it takes a lot less time. It is more limited, at least from my knowledge, my very limited knowledge, as I've only been using this for a month or two now. But yeah. This is also a keyframed animation. I also used Alight for this. Her name is Nora. This was a revenge. I did them because they're just a silly little guy. That's all. A little silly little guy. They're a shape-shifting alien who's born in space, and they're practicing English because they are an internet celebrity. They tend to hop planets, which I thought was cool. I actually drew a lot of space-related characters over this time frame, which I thought, which is kind of interesting. But you can see here where that's all I'm doing right now is space-themed alien characters. Okay. This next one. Oh my gosh, Estella. She's a magical girl, and her weapon of choice is a chainsaw that shoots confetti. This was also a revenge, and it was the second in... I did 2 magical girl frame by frames, 2 magical girl transformations, and this was my second one. Okay, so this character is named Puppy, and they are... it's actually someone's... I think they're a Beanie Boo? I'm not sure. Someone's Beanie Boo. But apparently they are omnipotent. This Beanie Boo, or the character created in the image of this Beanie Boo, is omnipotent. So I thought this would be a funny design. Okay, so this character's name is Avnia, and I thought she had pretty colors. She's also a goddess, and I thought that was pretty cool. she's also space related. Space related D&D fantasy kick that I was on here. This was actually one of my favorite attacks I've done so far. I just really like the color of the background. You'll see later, but I thought the color of the background just really fit with the character. She is a celestial deity and can create galaxies by hand. She was hurt by one of her creations, and that caused her mind to warp. That's all we got, like, backstory-wise. I kind of want to reach out to the person and ask them a little bit more about her, because I was curious. But I just thought she was so pretty. Like, do you not agree? She's pretty. She's also space-themed. Pretty and space-themed. That's kind of the kick I was on here, in case you couldn't tell. She's also mildly teeth-filling adjacent. Can you tell how I picked out who I was going to draw? Because, yeah, there's definitely a theme. Definitely a theme. This is taking eons. I recorded this in a weird way. I actually screen captured from the time lapse that Ibis shows you, because it wouldn't let me download this in such a large, like, it wouldn't let me download the speed paint in such a large thing. So yeah, it's a little bit weird, and I'm apologizing for that now. But back to the actual drawing. I wanted to give her that ethereal glow that she deserved, as a celestial deity. So I did put some bright highlights in her eyes, like in her reference pictures, and I wanted to do some, like, fun shading and stuff with the background and everything. I don't know. I wish maybe I should have used a different brush. I don't know. For the overlay, I don't know. The overlay of shading that I did, I'm not a huge fan of it, but whatever. that was in the past. It's fine. That was what, two months ago. Maybe not. I don't know. Time flies, man. But as a celestial deity, she does belong in space. So I drew her in space because she's a celestial deity who belongs in space. Wow. My logic is completely straightforward sometimes, and other times it makes no sense. Like the banana background that I drew for last year's Artfight. Oh, by the way, if you want to check out any of these people on Artfight, go ahead. They all are very talented artists, and I highly encourage you to check them all out. Yeah, like, why not? Okay, this next character is Bun Bun. This was one of my last few Artfight attacks, and they're just a sad clown bunny. That's really it. They're just a sad clown bunny. I thought I would do another anthro character because I didn't do a lot this Artfight. So I figured I'd try another anthro character this year. Just sad bunny, man. That's really it. Sad bunny. I thought I'd have them chasing their balloons. In their ref picture, they are holding a bunch of balloons and looking very sad. So I figured I'd have the balloons be flying away. And they are very sad. That's about it. I should find a better, I should try shading a different way. I should try, what is it called? There's a specific term for it. But, I should test out, like, I should push my style a little bit more, I think. But, Artfight is a way that I kinda did this. Like, I've been mostly pushing in the direction of animation recently, actually. Instead of changing my style, I've just been, like, just trying out animation software. As you can tell with some of my attacks this year. One of my goals this year was to have a lot of animated attacks, which I definitely think that happened. Because I did spend, I spent like 50 plus hours working on the 2 longer animations, oh man, those were fun, but oof, animation is tough, especially frame by frame. Oh lord, that was fun. Okay, so I also really loved this piece in particular. So Tapfoot is the, I think they have orange hair. Yeah, the orange-headed elf person. I think they're an elf person. It didn't specify, I don't think. I called it was supposed to be like a comic strip called Tales in the Tavern. Was it just an excuse for me to share the lore of my D&D character with someone? Maybe. Maybe. But, Tapfoot is a bard, and I have a bard character, so I figured they'd meet at some point. And my bard character is super duper outgoing and loves absolutely everyone. So I figured I'd do a little bit of forcing my backstory on other people so that they can you must read my D&D character's backstory or else kind of thing. But I also just found their character absolutely adorable. Tapfoot is just a silly bard. It's just a silly little bard, that's all. They're just a silly little bard. Yeah, that's about it. Silly bard. And chance to share my D&D character's backstory is a chance to share my D&D character's backstory. That's all I have to say, man. Like, are you if you're a D&D nerd out there, share your backstory, man. Share your character's backstory. Share your character's backstory, please. Put it in the comments or something. I'd love to see it. I spent a lot of time reading characters' backstories, and just the random facts, like the loves croissants from earlier, is absolutely splendid. Like, one little thing about my character is she learned how to fold paper cranes from a different character in our party. So she has become absolutely obsessed with folding these little paper swans. IRL, I've learned how to fold paper swans. I have so many paper swans. To be fair, I am going to give them out at the local Renaissance fair, hopefully. So that's gonna be fun. But yeah, if you want to read the comic, go ahead. Okay, so my last Artfight attack of the year. Oh my gosh, can't believe it. Her name's Vanity. She is a little mermaid gal. It was a revenge from, I think it turned into a revenge chain, I believe. Yeah, it was a revenge chain from earlier on. And I just absolutely loved the reference picture. Like, the reference picture was so adorable. I just absolutely loved it, that's all. A little sad bean. I thought the little sad bean deserved a friend. A fish friend, that's all.
If you enjoyed this video or are interested in checking out more, just go check out my channel or any of my linked accounts. You can turn on notifications to see when I post, which is never consistent.